family and personal
Mm,
development are like the two foundational things
yeah,
to community and society. Like,
100%.
if we can do better at developing ourselves and like really
Yeah.
enriching our families, think we'd
A
have
lot
better
of other
communities.
things get better.
Yeah.
Hey there, my little biz besties. Welcome back to In Good Company, where real entrepreneurs share real growth stories. Thanks for liking and subscribing to my channel. Let's get into it.
So, in your journey of starting all the things,
hmm
which one came first?
So I actually started my baking business first, but under a different
Okay.
name.
Mm,
So it
okay.
was called Deshae's Cakes and Treats.
Deshay.
Yeah, my middle name
Okay.
is Deshae. And
Oh,
so everybody would try to talk about it and they
yeah,
would stumble over the name.
sure.
Is it French? And so it felt
I
very,
thought that. I was like, oh, shit, some things in her past. Okay.
it's literally just my middle name. And
Mm-hmm.
so part of the reason why I called it that, one, I was in this like nonprofit and they were like, we need a name for your business. We're going to talk about it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I just came up
Oh,
with a name on the
sure.
fly.
That's easy.
And so the reason I started my business was because of my daughter.
Mm,
So we share the same middle name. And so I was like, oh, that would be super cute. Well,
love that.
yeah, I
But then
left,
people couldn't talk about it.
couldn't talk about it,
Okay.
couldn't share, and so
Yeah.
I was like, I got to change that. So
Yeah.
literally just last year in November, I
Really?
switched to Pink Batter. Yeah.
Okay. Pink batter cakes or just pink batter?
Pink Batter Cake Studio, but you could
Okay.
just say
Oh,
Pink Batter. That's
pink
fine.
batter.
Yeah.
Cute. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it in your home?
It is. Yes. So home
Okay.
base. Yes.
So this was your first journey
Mm-hmm.
and it's still around today
Yep.
and you're making some sweet treats.
Yes.
What kind of stuff do you make?
So cakes, cookies, not really a pie person. I
Okay.
kind of dibble and dabble in that.
Sure.
But I do like, cake pops, Rice Krispies, all
Yeah.
those like dip treats. So I do those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get a lot of custom orders
I
or
do. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I love doing custom cakes. It's a lot of fun.
like birthdays?
Yep. Birthdays,
Okay.
weddings, graduations, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was at a networking thing. Like I feel like that's a normal thing for a business owner. I was at a
Right.
network. It can be like 3 people that went and got lunch and you're like, it was a networking
Yeah.
thing. I was at a thing and they had cake pops
Mm.
and I walked in, I didn't really know anybody.
Yeah.
And so I was super nervous. But I saw those cake pops and I was like, okay, this is going to be a good day.
Right.
Because cake pops, they slap. I mean,
Yeah.
whew. So we can do all the sweet treats. Do
Okay.
you have a favorite?
So last year I entered my first item in the fair. And what's so funny is I do not like German chocolate cake.
Okay.
I'm
Just not your fave.
yeah, I don't
Yep.
like coconut and I don't like any type of nuts. I'm
Yeah,
weird.
it's a big part of it.
So I'm not allergic. I
You just don't
just
like
don't
it.
like it.
Yeah.
Well, so one time I got an order and I was like, I'm gonna make this
Yeah.
look or taste like something that I would be willing to eat.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not a fan of it. And so
Mhm.
I made my own like version. Last year I put it in a fair and I won a blue ribbon for it. So
Oh
I
my
like to just kind of
gosh.
just say that. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's like one of my
cool.
faves. And then my Oreo cake is really good too.
Yeah.
So I entered that in the fair. I got, I think, second or third place for that
I
last year
mean,
too.
that's whatever. It's a
Yeah.
place.
So I say award
mean,
winning
Award win
when I
award
announce
winning,
those.
yes. Like several award winning, lots of places.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have your hands in a lot of other things.
Yes. Lots of things.
Okay. I just feel that's so hard. W- I want to hear about the Morse code because that's such a clever name.
Yeah.
Obviously, so is pink batter, but like we really put all of our eggs in the Morse code basket because
Yeah.
that's really cool. What
Yeah.
is Morse code?
So Morris is obviously my last name.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I'm very passionate about is family.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a challenged family background.
I like the
Um,
way you said that.
so I learned very quickly how important the family unit is.
Yep.
And so really Morse code is me like teaching like things that I've kind of learned on my parenting journey.
Yeah.
And just kind of helping people like understand the importance of family. I feel like family and personal
Mm,
development are like the two foundational things to
yeah.
community and society.
100%.
Like, if we can do better at developing ourselves and like really
Yeah.
enriching our families, I think we'd
A
have
lot
better
of other
communities.
things get better.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I got a little bit of chills because I didn't even, I just did skim the surface when I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
researching and I thought, all right, obviously everybody has some passion for sweet treats in some parts of their life.
Mhm.
They have birthdays and they
Right.
have weddings and they have a nice yummy cake.
Yeah.
But digging deeper, Morse code is really trying to stabilize the family unit,
Absolutely.
which
Yeah.
is such a issue.
Yeah.
Um, I, in all culture,
Absolutely.
all different kinds of ways,
Yeah.
and you're trying to strengthen that,
Yeah.
which strengthens our communities.
Right.
What are some ways that you help with that?
I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned is words. How we talk to our kids,
Mm-hmm.
how we allow them to express,
Yeah.
those things are very important.
Mhm.
So I guess one of the biggest things I like to teach people or help people understand is the individual experience of each kid. So I've got 4
Mm.
kids.
It's a lot of individual experiences.
It's a lot. So I've
Okay.
got a 17-year-old,
Mhm.
an 11-year-old, oh my gosh, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Oh my
So it's
gosh.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I think by the time I got to kid 3, he was so vastly different than my 2 other
Really?
kids. I was like,
What's going on here?
I need a different approach. It just was
Oh.
not working. And
Mm-hmm.
so that was like a huge aha moment for me.
Yeah.
So I say like we can't blanket parent. Like
Mm.
there's no blanket parenting. Like
Right. What
there's
works for
different
one
exactly.
might not work for the other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
try to like instill that in other people, but then also remember that myself
Yeah.
because I can say it one time to one kid and then it's probably 10 times or 50 times to the
Yeah.
other kid.
Totally
So, yeah.
different. So, I love that.
Yeah.
Especially, so I didn't have to learn that lesson after 3 kids. It only took me 2.
Yes.
And they are night and day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the oldest is very independent.
Mhm.
He's very book smart.
Yeah.
Loves a routine.
Yeah.
He was the 5-year-old that's like, "What time is it?" I'm
Right.
like, "Boy, where do you have to go? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Very aware of time in relation to schedules.
Mhm.
And then my youngest is just a creative.
Yeah.
The world is his oyster. He wants to put his feet in the grass and does not care what time it is.
Yeah.
He wants to stay up till 4 in the morning, and then sometimes he wants to sleep till 2 in the afternoon, and he's 7. So it's a world of difference. So you are helping people realize the blanket approach, which I love,
Yeah.
is not the approach we need to take to strengthen the family.
Right. Absolutely.
What are some things that you did, or things that you're probably still doing,
Yeah.
to kind of nurture your different children?
So they're all so different.
Yeah.
So kind of the one you were describing, my creative child is my second child. And so she
What is
started,
it?
I remember when she was 6 months, I
Mhm.
woke up one day and she was standing
No,
in her bassinet.
no, mama.
I
Mm-mm.
was terrified.
Yeah. What
She
are you
started
doing?
walking at 9 months. And so she didn't want me to hold her. She was very independent.
Okay.
And so then when number 3 came along, he's like he's great with numbers. He is super, super intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has so many questions, but he's also very emotional.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the slightest thing will just like, he's like having a moment. And
Yeah.
so one of the things that I think is really important is teaching them like regulation, like
Mhm.
how to regulate. So really with him, he was like the first kid that I really had to teach those like, hey, we've got to take a deep breath here.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And one thing I learned about children is they sometimes don't know what they're feeling. And so helping them understand words before they get into a moment,
Yeah.
like being able to label those things.
Yeah.
So we have like charts, like emotion charts. Sometimes we go by color.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go by the facial expression because sometimes they just don't have the words,
Right.
And so
Right.
kind of educating them on these are different emotions. Could it be that you're feeling this way? So that's a huge thing, like giving them the tools that they need to really kind of be able to express.
Yeah.
So that's been super
I
helpful.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how do they know what they're feeling if you haven't described it,
Exactly.
put labels to it,
Yeah.
help them understand it,
Mhm.
instead of getting angry that they're just having a moment and frustrated.
Yes.
It's never a convenient time for anyone to have big emotions.
Right.
You
Right.
know, we went on a big trip, a big vacation, and it was a lot of traveling. We went to the Grand Canyon.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You already know. It's like, the idea of it is great, but
Yes.
then you're like, I'm bringing my children somewhere else so they can just be bored somewhere else.
Exactly.
But, in the airport, which is one of the most stressful places
Mhm.
for most parents, because there's so many moving things around you and you're
Yes.
just terrified that if I don't have my eyes on them. And it's always those moments that the airport moments, you're in a mall moment, or you're about to go to bed
Yeah.
and everything's calm. Everything's cool. You're like,
Yes.
yeah, we checked all the boxes, right? Like
Right.
we're ready to like calm it down.
Right.
And then something happens. No, you can't. Like we're about to go to bed. You can't have ice cream right now. It's
Yeah.
like 10 o'clock. And there's just this huge emotion that hits. And I
Right.
think as a parent, we're told all these different ways that we should react. There's gentle parenting,
Yes.
which is not necessarily instinctual for me.
Right.
Then there's ignore, just don't pay attention.
Yep.
Then there's, well, let's sit down and like talk it all the way through. I mean, there's so many approaches.
Right.
What usually instinctually comes out is 100% based on how you're feeling in the moment as well.
Yep.
And so I'm not a night person. And if they're having some kind of situation at night, I'm like, oh, no.
Right. Right.
And so I think it is so special what you're doing because it's training the parents. It's not training the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have to learn it first. They have to learn to regulate their emotions.
Yes.
And how you respond is everything.
Yeah.
When they have their moments, can I have ice cream? Well, no, it's 10 o'clock. You never let me have anything. Like after we were on, the whole day of vacation, we did all of these things. We
Said
did
yes to a million other things.
right, but you never let me have anything. And you want to defend yourself.
Right.
You want to be like, are you kidding me? When I was your age,
Back in my day,
I had nothing. They didn't even have ice cream. It wasn't even invented. It's like the craziest things come out. I found myself saying things like, well, you're just never going to watch TV again. And then I'm like, what am I saying?
Right.
What am I talking about? So you are going to the root of it, which is teaching the parents.
Hey there, my little biz besties. It's Ashley Chamberlain, host of In Good Company and CEO of Chamberlain and Good Company, the virtual accounting firm that actually speaks human. If you're a business owner and you've ever found yourself staring at QuickBooks like it's a literal foreign language, wondering if your miscellaneous category is secretly plotting against you, this is for you. We just launched something new, a private Facebook group called Mind Your Business and Your Books. It's for business owners who want real answers, real support, maybe a little less panic when it comes to your books. We're talking QuickBooks help, tax tips, mindset shifts, because yes, money is mental, and a community that actually gets it. How rare, right? It's $30 for your first month because we believe in starting strong without breaking the bank. That's not what we're trying to do here. After that, the price goes up. We'll go live twice a month. We'll answer your questions that are submitted by you ahead of time. Search Mind Your Business and Your Books on Facebook, or just check the link in the show notes. Join us. Your spreadsheets and your sanity will thank you.
I saw that you had a podcast.
Yes.
Are you still doing that?
Yes. So I've not done anything with it this year, which is terrible. But
because you're doing all these other things. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, I still I take notes all the time. So I literally have thousands of notes, literally thousands of notes in my phone where I'm constantly
your phone,
writing.
Like a thought comes in and
and I'm just like constantly, I have to get that down. So I've got so many lessons and things that I want to teach. It's just capacity and
you got to get it out there, but you got to have time to do it.
Right.
And you got to have the energy to do it.
Yes.
Because it sounds like your energy is going in a lot of places.
A lot of places.
So the 4 kids.
Yeah.
The
business,
bakery.
Yeah.
Is that your main?
Yes.
So a lot of energy goes there. Do any of your kids like to cook?
So my youngest, she's the one that's like, I'm taking this business over. Like she's
praise.
She's the 7-year-old.
Thank
Yeah, and
goodness.
she's just like, so this is what I want to do. But she also calls it chefery. So she's like, I want to be a chefery.
Okay. So cute. She made that. She needs to coin that.
Yes.
She's a chefery.
So she wants to be a chefery, but she also says she wants to be a police officer. So she's a lot like I am. Like I didn't want to link myself to one thing. Right. It's like I want to do everything. So
we're not gonna put labels on it.
Yeah,
we'll be all the things. That's so cute. Yeah. Does she bake with you?
She does. So I also
is that stressful for you?
It is not. So I think kind of in the beginning, I was just like, oh my gosh, she might mess up. But like what I've learned is messing up mistakes is all part of the process. So that is one thing I love to teach my children.
Yeah,
make a mistake. Like let's mess up something. And so my 11-year-old, so she's the creative. She hates mistakes. So she's the one that I
Interesting.
really have to like kind of
Yeah.
pour that into. Like a lot of times, great
Yeah.
things that I've made came from,
Yeah.
this isn't how I wanted this to turn out, but this is actually kind of cool.
Now we know. Yeah.
So, so yeah, encouraging them to make mistakes is something that I
Love
love to
that.
do. And so I teach a lot of classes. And so that's one of the things that I tell people in class, like, one, if this is your first time
Yeah.
decorating something, you're not going to do it 100% right.
Right.
And then a lot of times they're surprised by what the mistake leads to anyway.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I love teaching that. Yeah.
So you teach classes,
Yes.
baking classes.
Well, so I do baking classes, but mostly my focus right now is just cake decorating.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So maybe they can bake the cake,
Right.
but
Yeah. So
now
it's
let's
like,
put a dress on it.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So where do you do that?
So I do like pop-up classes. I've done a lot of them at locals, which I love locals. Shout out to them. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I just kind of do all over the
Yeah.
place, all over the city. Yeah.
You go to people.
Yeah. So I do birthday parties. Like I come to your home. So I've done that, which is a lot of fun. So I bring
And
all the materials, pre-baked cakes, and we get to decorate them. And then
Love
I
that.
also, bridal showers, those types of things too. But the classes I do
Oh.
on my own are actually at like locations like buildings or
Okay.
restaurants, and people
Yeah.
get to come in and decorate.
So, oh, it's so fun. So you bring, my oldest would die 1,000 deaths if I asked him to do anything
Right.
creative. He'd be like, absolutely not. But my youngest, I'll just use him. You would bring the cupcakes
Yep.
and the materials,
Yep.
and him and his friends could decorate.
Yep.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just living under a rock, but I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you bring an assistant or is it just you?
So usually my kids are with me. But if I'm doing like a
Really?
big event, I do have volunteers. I've got like a list of people that
Okay.
kind of come and help. Yeah.
Yeah, because you need help.
Yes.
Yeah,
But my
that's a
kids love cake decorating classes.
Really? I
A lot
love
of times they're
that.
like,
Well, yeah.
and so,
I
yeah, so
mean,
they'll end up doing something during the class. But we always do something afterwards. We'll go get
Yeah.
lunch and then sometimes I pay
yeah.
them. They're like, can I get paid? So,
Right. Like the cakes are nice, but
yeah,
also where's the
yeah.
cash? I love that they get to
Mm-hmm.
do this thing with you, the work, whether you look at it like work, you look
Yeah.
at it like this is just part of, my life. And then they get to do something with you after.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the hardest part about having older children, I'll speak for myself, 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest part is convincing him to go do things with me
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
I did not think that would be a thing. That
Yeah.
is tough. Now the youngest one, I'm like, you want to just go check the mail? And he's like, yeah, I do. Yes.
Whatever it
I
is.
love it.
Yeah.
I love the mail.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as I can get the mail out of the mailbox. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's an easier to convince age. But the
Yeah.
14-year-old, like, you want to go get Starbucks? And he's
Mhm.
like, no, but can you bring me something back?
Right.
Well, no. Yeah, I have to go run errands, but after we can get
Right.
food. No, can you just get me like, so then I try to cater it. Like, let's go to the mall.
Right.
No, but can you get, he doesn't want to leave the house. He doesn't want to like go do things with me.
Yeah.
So your kids are doing the thing with you. They're helping you
Mm-hmm.
and then get to spend that time with you.
Right.
How did you convince them to do that?
So the three younger ones, so the 11, 9, and
Mhm.
7-year-old, they're
Mhm.
they're outdoorsy. Like
Okay.
they are outdoor kids. Like
Yeah.
my 11-year-old, she's the one, I don't want shoes. I don't want anything hindering me. She
Yeah.
wants her feet in the grass. Like
Love
that's
it.
100% her.
Love it.
My 17-year-old, he and I are similar. I'm a homebody. I like
Same.
being in the house. I
I don't
like
want to be
stuff.
sweating.
I don't want to do things.
I don't want to go outside to an
Yes.
event to sweat
If you
willingly.
cancel plans,
Thank you.
I was hoping
Thank you.
that's good.
I didn't know I wanted that until you
Yes,
said that.
yes.
Okay.
So he's a lot like that.
Yeah.
And what's funny is he hides. So what I've
Mm.
learned about teenagers is so funny.
Tell me
They
everything.
conceal everything. Like they
Yeah.
conceal their emotions.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they know they're moving into adulthood. And so they
Mm.
sense the change within
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're like, I have to adapt. And so him,
Mhm.
I encourage to feel a lot.
Interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it's okay for you to be upset, and it's okay for you to tell me you're upset.
Right.
And so for him, it's also language too. So I try to give him language
Yep.
behind feelings,
Yep.
language behind emotions. But he wants to do things with me.
Mhm.
our situation's a little challenging. He always ends up babysitting, but he gets paid, and so he doesn't
You
get to
pay
do
him too?
yes,
Okay.
but he doesn't get to do as many, classes with me,
Yeah.
and he gets frustrated easily. A lot of times we're doing classes with little kids who need a lot of
Oh,
help, and
yeah.
he's like,
I ain't
"Nah."
trying to do all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what we do is we do date. So
Okay.
we have one-on-one dates,
Yeah.
and so my husband does one-on-one dates with the kids, and then I'll do one-on-one dates with the
Really?
kids.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I think, especially for my 17-year-old,
Yeah.
things changed for him rapidly. So for 6 years, it was
God.
just us,
Mm.
Then we started having kids, and then it's like more back to back. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
he needs one-on-one time. And I think
Yeah.
that maybe they don't realize that, because they're older.
And they don't know how to ask for it.
They don't know how to ask
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try to find things that he likes to do, kind of like what you're saying. I think you're doing
Yeah.
all the right things. You find what he's into,
And go for that.
and then you're like, hey, let's go do it.
Right.
You know?
And that's hard.
It is, yeah.
Because I have the big age gap as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so for 7 years he was an only child.
Yep.
And so it's probably why he likes a routine,
Mhm.
because as the only child, it was easier to have a routine.
Yeah.
Finding what he likes now is harder.
Right.
He likes video games.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. No, thanks. I did buy a Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
for myself,
Yeah.
and I bought what they called like cozy games because again, I like being home.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it feels weird because I'm like, let's bond, right? Immediately he's like, no. But I'm forcing it. I got the Nintendo Switch. I got a cozy game. It's called Unpacking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just me unpacking a house.
I actually love that. That sounds
It is so nice.
fun. Yeah.
And it's just me. It has like the little switches, and I'm just clicking on a box and unpacking it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting in his room
Yeah.
on his bed while he's dominating the world,
Right.
but I'm unpacking a house,
Mhm.
and it's quiet. But when I at first I thought what am I doing?
Yeah.
We're like parallel playing right now.
Right.
Like we're not actually doing anything. When I got up to leave, he was like, where are you going? So I think there's something to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's meeting them where they are,
Yep.
giving them your presence
Yep.
in the way that they maybe need it, want it, don't know how to
Right.
say that.
Yeah.
Love that. So take me back to before kids. Do you remember that time? I mean, was there a
Yes.
time?
I remember. Yeah.
What were you doing? Were you baking? Were you baking on the side? How did it get to this point?
Yeah. So I come from a big family.
Yeah.
I had a single mom. It was 5 of us. So it was
So
a
you
lot.
guys are just continue. I actually love that because families are so small today.
Yes. Yeah.
It's more normal to have 1 or 2 children than
Right.
to have more than that.
Yeah.
I
So
love that you guys are bringing it back.
there was a lot of us.
Yeah.
And so as far as cooking,
Mhm.
nobody wanted to cook. I remember my mom taught us when we were younger how to make Indian fry bread. And it's literally
Okay.
flour and water. There
Oh.
are no other ingredients.
Okay. I
So
love it
it's
already.
self-rising flour
Yeah.
and water. And you just mix it together until it forms a dough. And then you
Mm.
fry it in cooking oil.
Yum,
And
what?
so it's really good, super simple.
Yeah.
My mom taught us how to make that. So all of us had a chance to make it.
Yeah.
I made it one time and everybody was like, oh my gosh,
This.
this is so good. And I really feel like that was my first experience with gaslighting.
Right. Tell someone they're good at something so they'll keep doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
So I kind of ended up being in the kitchen. Everybody would claim that it tastes
When you
different
do it, it's so much better.
when you do it. And so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed cooking. So we would get cable and Food Network all day. If I had the remote, that's all I watched.
That's
So
what you
I've
wa-
always
Oh.
loved
You were drawn
food.
to it.
Very, very, very
Yeah.
drawn to it. So I kind of by default would end up cooking a lot just because
Yeah.
they would say, "Oh, it tastes so good."
When you do it, we
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
So-
Which is validating, but then you're like,
Right.
Is that like that?
Yeah. But I've always been just a very kind of creative
Mhm.
person, very individual, like just
Mhm.
come up with something and then I'm just doing it. I made
Yeah.
up songs a lot.
I love that.
I made up names for people and names for things.
For people too? You made up names
Yes. Like,
outside of their government name?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
And it was just, I've just always kind of been like this goofy, just
Yeah,
silly.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's just always been me. Yeah. And my
Okay.
11-year-old is
Like that?
me reincarnated.
Good
Yes.
for you. I love you almost feel like a sense of I can breathe because I live on.
Yes,
When your
yes,
kids
but
are
it's
like
also
you.
scary.
Yeah, because you're like, life is weird for you, and it's gonna get
And it's
weirder.
times 10. She's me
Mm.
on steroids, and so
Oh, I mean, you look like you're doing okay, so
right.
she might be all right. She might have like 4 different
Yeah,
jobs,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
she'll be all right.
yeah.
So you're drawn to the Food Network,
Mhm.
drawn to, God, there's so many baking shows now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you love them or hate them?
Um, I
Because they're
don't
like competitions, but
yeah. You
you
know
know.
what's funny? I don't really like watching a lot of baking stuff.
Mhm.
I like the older shows. So like
Mm.
Cupcake Wars and I think it
Yeah,
was Cake Wars. I really used to
yeah,
love those kind of shows.
yeah.
I don't watch that much like I don't know if structured TV is the right word. We
Mm.
watch like YouTube a lot
Oh,
and
yeah,
like we watch a lot of kid
yeah,
movies. So
yeah,
really
we do too.
my watch time is really
Heavily in
monopolized.
there,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
when I do have the remote, I'm watching more like crime documentaries now.
Yeah, you are. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anytime I have watch time, that's pretty much what I'm watching now.
yeah.
But yeah, so I did like Is It Cake? I did like that show, the
Oh,
Netflix
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they would cut into weird things and
Mhm.
you're like, "No, it's cake," and it, like, breaks, and you're
Yes.
like, "Oh my
Yes.
gosh."
So
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
I did like. I think that
That
was
was
one
a
of my
cool one.
favorites. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we're drawn to people doing the same thing. Why
Mhm.
do you think we like documentaries? Tell
Personally,
me.
um, I've realized a few things.
Okay.
That nature to do what's happening is in all of us.
Mm.
And so I think about that a lot, and it's like,
Yeah.
why do some people obey those impulses, those
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
thoughts, and then some people don't?
Yeah.
I also like to people watch.
Same. Same.
I've learned a lot. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel like I learn when
Okay.
I watch those. I feel like
Yeah.
I learn like cues for things, especially ones with
Mhm.
children in them.
Yeah.
So for me, those are helpful things, like just things to watch for if your child starts acting differently, you know.
Right.
So I feel like it's very educational. But
Yeah.
then there's this other element that I can't put words to, and it's
Yeah.
like I have to watch this.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know exactly what you're saying.
yeah.
Sometimes when I watch, I also like to people watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an observer
Yes.
by
Yeah.
nature. And when I watch those documentaries, you have those intrusive thoughts where, okay, I'm just going to say one. So when we were at the Grand Canyon, I was so shocked by the wildlife.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, how did you get here? Like squirrels. And
Yes.
I'm like, are you lost?
Mm-hmm.
And they told us like the squirrels are one of the most dangerous animals up here. And I was like, what?
Wow.
And my child's like, you have no sense of like, I should
Right.
protect myself.
Right. Right.
And when it was like scurrying across in front of me, I had this intrusive thought that I was like, I could kick the squirrel off the canyon.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
That's so dark. I
Yeah.
didn't
Right. Right.
because
Yeah.
I didn't give in. But I was like, I could just kick it
Mm-hmm.
and it would just go into the abyss.
Yep.
Those documentaries, sometimes when I'm watching them, I'm like, how many times have you thought if that neighbor doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
but you don't,
Right.
but they
Right.
did. And there's something about, they did,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
got mad at someone and they did it or other things going on.
Right.
So I definitely get that part.
Yeah.
And when you're sometimes it's a little overwhelming because you're observing
Yeah.
the things that a person looked for as vulnerabilities or weaknesses in the family,
Mm-hmm.
they took advantage of.
Right.
So a family of 5, a family of 4 is in the mall. The mom is shopping. The child's, I'm not really a helicopter mom.
Right.
I don't hover.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like bring the 90s back, I think. It's really what
I
it
walked
is.
to school in kindergarten in
Yes.
first grade. So
I
yeah.
walked myself
Yeah.
and my 2 sisters in every single day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we lived in northern Indiana. And it was like snow. And
Yeah.
I think back and I'm like, did y'all care about me at all?
It's crazy. No
the
car
things you
seats.
did. Oh,
Rolling around in the back of a station
you had
wagon.
the key around your wrist on this like scrunchy thing. Yes. And so maybe that's what I'm trying to bring back. I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
Maybe. And so when the family is out and the mom is shopping and the kids kind of doing their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
that's when they take advantage.
Right.
And so when I watch documentaries like that and they like reenact it and you're
Mhm.
like, that's silly.
Right.
But then it still makes you think, like it makes you overly worried sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
So like when
For
you're
sure.
in the mall, when you're in the airport, it's hard to not think about those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
If I don't have my eyes on them, I'm like, my kid is cute.
Right.
Like, if I had an ugly kid, I'd be like, nah, they ain't gonna take you. But he's cute. And I'm like,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
like, you have to be careful. So when you are talking in your podcast or teaching family unit things, do you touch on safety? Do you touch on more communication? Are there things that we could be doing every day?
I think that's a great question. For me, I think what those things have prompted me to do is really educate my children. Like at home, for instance, growing up, we never had an escape plan. Like all I knew was stop, drop, and roll. That's what they told me at school.
An escape plan at home?
At home, like
that is so funny.
Yeah, like so. What do I do if a fire happens?
Sure,
I had no idea. If a fire broke out at home, I would have not known what to do at all.
Stop, drop, and roll in your house.
Literally, that's it.
With the fire around you.
I'm just rolling.
Do it. Yeah.
So really just like putting kind of parameters and education around that.
Yeah.
Knowing what to do if someone tries to kidnap you. No one told me that.
Yeah. What do you
What do you do? And so that's very important to me. And then even drills with emotions. Like a lot of times what I learned about myself is I'm like reactively doing work, but trying to do as much proactive work as possible. So we have like drills where we're like, okay, we're going to do a breathing exercise. Because that way, when you get into the moment, you already have the practices. So there's so many different types of ways that you can breathe. So for me, it's just really informing them. And I think like I do teach families to create plans around things, like plans around the time you spend together. Like we have a weekly emotional check-in, which is funny because sometimes it turns into a bash session. And I'm like, hey, we're supposed to only be talking about emotions. But just trying to do as many things together as possible.
Like family meetings?
Yes. Family meetings. Huge. Okay. Yeah.
Does it feel, well, probably not for you because you've been doing this. For a parent,
right?
Hypothetically, it's me. It's that parent. If a parent was like wanting to start doing these things, where or when do you think the best time? Like dinner time? Or is there like, hey, I put some time in my calendar and I need you to meet me at this place, which is the living room at this time?
Right, yeah.
How do you start it?
I would start one thing. First of all, I'm the type of person, I'm like, oh, I need to do this. And then I'm like, I'm going to do everything at once. Crazy idea.
I'm all in or nothing. Yeah. It's hard.
So I would say start with one small thing. So if it's going to be family meetings, try to attach it to something else, like how you're saying. So if it's dinner time, like, okay, hey, we're going to talk about, and one thing I noticed about our family, so we have a dinner table and we love to sit at the dinner table together. Sure. But sometimes the table becomes a catch-all and then we end up eating dinner.
The table's the junk drawer sometimes. We have TV trays. And I'm like, what do we do? Everyone gets their own dinner table.
Yeah. So one of the things I realized that's different, if we sit at the table, everyone talks about their day. We say something that we're grateful for. But when we're in the living room, everybody's just grubbing
for themselves.
We're eating and, and so I think that creating something like for us, our table feels sacred. And so we know that when we're there, we're going to talk, we're going to share. Yeah. And so if you can attach a new habit to something, like if it's the dinner table, exactly, like we know that we're going to share, we're going to talk about anything that came up.
This is the place.
Yeah, that's the place to do it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels so hard. Not hard. It just feels like a thing to have dinner at the table. And how special it feels when you do. Yeah. Now, we always do when we have family over.
Right.
And it feels like, well, we can't ask Papa to eat at a TV tray.
Right.
So why wouldn't we that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we put those same expectations on ourselves?
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's just starting small, which is really hard.
It is. Super hard for me.
0 to 100 for me.
Yes.
And the safety thing, I love that you're teaching your kids that stuff because life happens. Yeah. Fires, tornadoes.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
What? That's been a common thing in my life.
Yeah.
It's annoying. What if the power goes out? What if there's so many things? And I had a big litter of siblings. Yeah. There were 5 of us. And I remember my dad had put ladders under our bed. And we had a 2-story home, and my sisters and I shared a room, but we all had a ladder under our bed. And looking back, like, that's so prepared. Yeah. However, we didn't, like, I wouldn't have known what to do with it.
Right. Yeah.
Is he going to come in there and do it for us and then run back to his room? There was no plan.
Right.
there was planning,
Yeah.
but no plan.
Right.
And communicating that, even with your youngest,
Mm-hmm.
is how you can ensure they'll be okay if something happens.
Right. Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Even what happens outside of the home, someone tries to kidnap you.
Exactly.
Again, my youngest is very cute. And he's also very trusting.
Yes. Oh
Sometimes the kids he brings home, I'm like,
yeah.
do we just take anybody off the street and call them a friend?
Right. Yeah.
Like, have some self-respect. These kids sometimes in our neighborhood, it's a new neighborhood. And so basically everyone just moved in, new build. And my little one brings this kid over, and he's like, this little kid walks in, he looks around. Now, new build, new neighborhood, all the houses look very similar.
Right.
I mean, they've got different exterior,
Yeah.
different colors, but like, we all paid around the same amount.
Right.
Right. This kid walks in and he looks up and looks around. Your house is so much nicer than mine. And I was like, what? We have the same house. What are you talking about?
Right.
So teaching kids manners,
Mm-hmm.
teaching them safety when they're out.
Yeah.
Something that you, not going to say heavily instill, but it's something you touch on when you're teaching the parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
And then also understanding who you connect yourself with and attach yourself to. That's something I started teaching the kids really early, kind of like it was a similar situation. Like there were some new kids that moved into the neighborhood. They were super excited. I was excited. I'm like, they're going to have friends. Like, you can run across the street and play with each other.
Come back when the
awesome.
light comes on, but we don't have street lights. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
Yeah.
And so, they were hanging out, playing in the backyard, jumping on a trampoline, and then curse words start flying, and then other things start flying. And it's just like, and so helping them to make informed decisions. Like, is this somebody you want to be around?
Sure.
You have to think, do they make you feel bad? Like think about those things. And so they kind of made a decision like, we're not going to let them come in our backyard anymore.
Not this one. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't.
So you didn't even have to say they can't come over.
Right. Yeah. It was just like a decision.
Good.
Now they still say hi to each other and they're still, friendly, but it's just like, we've got to be smart about who we.
We are who we surround ourselves with.
Absolutely.
And I love that you didn't, because when that little boy said, "Oh, your house is so much nicer than mine," my first thought was, like, Finn, I don't think you should go to his house.
Yeah, and I definitely think that's absolutely something we as parents, we're going to have to say that. Like
intervene.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Absolutely.
But you're also teaching them to make those decisions for themselves.
Yes.
And the why behind it.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because when you are around people that are negative thinkers, that are maybe a little judgmental, say the curse words.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big thing right now in our house is the curse words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you're in a community, you get a lot of different kinds of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want to say, well, what their parents say is bad. At least I try not to phrase it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you would say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things I say all the time, my kids hate it because we don't do sleepovers. So
that's actually been a really common conversation.
Yes.
Or maybe it's just on my For You.
Yeah. So we don't do sleepovers.
Yeah.
And my kids hate that. And I completely understand. I didn't do a lot of sleepovers as a kid.
In fact, didn't?
My first sleepover, I was probably 12.
Really?
I think I can count on one hand how many times I slept over at someone's house. And I remember being 17, about to graduate from high school. And I was begging my mom to let me spend the night at school.
Please get me out of here.
And so we didn't do sleepovers when I was younger. But one of the things I tell my kids is I'm not their parent.
Right.
And so they teach differently. And one of the things I tell them too is everybody gets to choose. Like I tell them even with themselves, like I tell you what to do, but you get to choose whether or not you listen. And whatever choice you make, you have to deal with what happens after that.
Yeah.
And so I let them know I don't control you. I have no control over what you do. Just like I have no control over other people's kids and how their parents decide to run their home. But in our house, this is what we do. And so I try not to like downgrade a parent or say they're doing a bad job. Like everybody's doing the best with the information they have. Like that's something I've learned. And so even if they're doing a terrible job, they're doing their best.
That's you.
Yeah.
Honey.
So
like, okay. So tell me why you don't do sleepovers. Because that is a hot topic right now.
Yes.
Or maybe there's just more awareness about it. I don't know.
I think there's definitely more awareness. I was exposed to some things as a kid. So I didn't do a sleepover when I was very young. My older sister did. And so
Okay.
that led to some
The choices that your parents are
yes.
like, nah, we're not doing
Yes.
that.
And so something happened to her. I'll just say
Okay.
that while
Yep.
she was there.
Sure.
And that led to other things happening in our home.
And so that your parents said, we're just going to
Right.
cut it off at the source.
Yeah. And so I think too, the documentary shows
Yeah, they did.
have done that.
They show
because-
some crazy stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
just been people that they've known for years. They grew up around
Least
them.
expect
They
it.
go and then something happens at the home. And
Yeah.
so again, because you never truly know somebody,
Yeah.
and we only know what we see. So if I
Yeah.
see you once a week, for 10 years, I only know that little bit of your life. I don't know a lot.
You don't know all the things that happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I feel like my children are like my most prized possessions.
Sure.
And so just like I wouldn't take my keys and give them to any neighbor and say, hey, look after my house.
Right.
I wouldn't take my kid and say, hey, look after my kid.
Yeah.
To me, I just feel like they're very precious, and I want to do my best on my end. And I
Right.
even told my daughter, my 11-year-old, because she is vehemently, she's like, when I have kids, they're doing sleepovers.
They're sleeping over every night.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I tell her all the time, if that's what you want to do as a parent, like I don't even deter her from making that decision when she, if that's what
Yeah.
you want to do,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You get to decide how you want to be as a parent. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
a choice as a parent that I've made.
Interesting.
And
yeah.
so, yeah.
And so they obviously don't love it,
Oh,
but
no.
they don't have to love it because, you're looking after
Right.
them.
Yeah.
So what about family? Do they sleep over at families?
No.
Not even at family? Like your parents?
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
No,
How's
yeah.
that conversation go over? Or your parents are probably understanding though,
Well, so
because they were like, they
my
didn't let you
dynamic is
sleep.
challenged.
Sure.
So,
So that's a no.
yes. So because of that, there's like just some deep
Sure.
things. And so it's not even just physical, like, oh, I'm afraid someone's going to abuse them or do something to them. But yes,
Yeah.
like it takes 5 seconds to traumatize a child.
Yeah.
And so it could be by something that someone says,
Yeah.
something, behavior that they do, not necessarily to them, but like just a way that they act.
Yeah.
And so all of those things are very important to me. I visited a family member on Christmas last year.
Mm-hmm.
Quick visit, just stop by, hug.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Merry Christmas,
Hello.
love you.
Yeah.
We were there for not very long. My daughter, my youngest, sucks her thumb. This family member said some very ugly things. Your teeth are going to look like a Halloween mask, and just went in.
Demolished her self-esteem.
Like immediately. And I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. And so obviously I had to set a boundary there, like, hey, I'm the parent.
I
You
got this.
you know? But we left and she was like, I was scared. That's what she
Aw,
said. I was
I was
scared.
scared.
And those
Aw.
were just words, you know?
Yeah,
And so I was just
yeah.
like, yeah,
We're not,
no, we don't do
It's a
that.
protection thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For their mind, their
Mhm.
body, and their spirit.
Yeah.
That's, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
While I let my my oldest doesn't sleep at grandma's house anymore because that's lame. It's like, it's so boring there,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. But my youngest sleeps at grandma's house,
Mhm.
and there's always, people joke about it, but when
Yeah.
he comes back, it's like an adjustment period.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And you're kind of fighting against that, and you're saying, well, you don't have to have that. You
Mhm.
can just say no.
Yeah.
You can still spend time with family
Yeah.
because we have a challenged
Mm-hmm.
family dynamic, but it doesn't have to be overnight
Right.
because you're not really spending time together if you're sleeping.
Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you can do that at home.
Right.
That's so special.
Yeah. And
That's so good. I love that.
I think too, if you, especially with parents,
Yeah.
parents have a hard time believing that their babies grew up. So
You better stop.
it's something I'm already preparing myself for, and it's hard. Like
Yeah.
my 17-year-old, he walks around and I'm like, you look like a man. He's got peach fuzz, and
Stop.
I'm just like, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
And so while I understand it, I think that sometimes they still believe I know best. And even though my child is an adult, they're not able to make informed decisions for their
Sure.
own families. And so, on my in-law side, it's a little bit better, but
Yeah.
it's more so I'm going to give them whatever I want. I don't care about your rules or what you say.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
it's just
It's
like,
like,
that's not safe either.
yeah.
Because, and we've done like, they come to our house and, our kids are still in their environment and they
Right.
watch them in our home,
Yeah.
but it's still an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Like I want to get what I
The
want.
rules are different. The language is different. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It is like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he comes back, I'm like, you have a totally different grandma than the kind of mom I had. because we didn't do none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to feel like I don't want to break that up, but it is an adjustment.
Yeah.
So that I love that you touched on that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you were willing to be vulnerable about
yeah,
it to an
absolutely.
extent, because I think sometimes parents feel ashamed that they haven't been doing that already, or that they just felt like they couldn't say no.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard to say
It is
no.
hard.
If you're, especially your parents, where they're like, no, I want them to come over. No, that's so hard.
Yeah.
And it's your babies. You should be able to. Now, if someone looks at him the wrong way, I'm like,
Exactly.
but
It's a
then your
different level
parent, it is. It's like a different fierceness that has to come out.
Yeah.
So I love that you said that. So what is next, if anything, for what you've got going on? You got your hands in some stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear some of your notes come out on that podcast soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did click the follow. I was sitting in the car and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to ask her about it. Follow so I can see what comes out of it.
Right.
What's next?
I really want to teach. I'm just really passionate about families, and I just really, I'm learning a lot. Like I'm in a difficult period in my marriage. And so I'm learning a lot and unlearning a lot.
It's harder.
Oh my gosh. And so it's crazy because I've been battling with, do I talk about it now while I'm still in it and there's no resolve?
Okay.
That feels weird. And I'm like, I don't know. Or do I wait till I'm like in a bad place?
It?
Yeah. So I'm still kind of wrestling with that, if I'm going to like talk about it now or if I'm going to wait. But man, marriage is tough.
Yes.
It's really, really tough.
You get smaller periods of contentedness, of bliss.
Yes.
And more, at least for me, more hardship and dealing and learning and trying to get past things, in my opinion.
Yeah. And what's funny is I feel like starting a business and getting married taught me so much about myself. Like told me, just show me how much work I have to do. And so that's a thing too. But yeah, I'm learning a lot. And so I think really just kind of sharing what I know about marriage. And then in my faith, I believe how I've grown up, there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of
so much
false...
to unpack there.
Oh my gosh. So I've got a lot of notes
Girl,
on those things.
Like you have so much to share.
Yeah.
I think there is some kind of message, something people can take out of sharing while you're in the trenches. Even if you come out of it and you're like, well, I don't feel that way anymore because I'm here. I think people are starving for vulnerability and the imperfect. And how to tie faith into all that, because it is so not cool to be a Christian, to be a married Christian with a family that values the family in today's time. And that is a bold thing to say.
But it's the truth.
Like, it's the truth. It feels like women are pushed to be something completely outside of what our biological nature wants us to be. And I would love to see where you go with that and how you show up and share that. And you are so inspiring just being who you are. And so we're going to look for that.
Okay. Thank you.
So there's the accountability.
Right. I love it.
However you want to take that. Maybe I'll be like, hey, how's the podcast going? Like, but you're also going to be baking along the way.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So what are some ways that people could work with you, that they could, I don't want to say hire you, because I feel like that sounds like an interview and that's not what it is. So what are some ways that people can work with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love talking about families. I love helping the youth. So I do partner with Academies of Louisville, and I get to go in schools and talk to youth. So I love doing that. So anybody that's like got a youth serving organization or anything with families, I'd love to come in and be a part of that. As far as my business is concerned, cakes, birthdays, weddings, I'm your girl.
That's it. Yeah, that's what's up.
We also keep an eye out for classes. We've got a lot of classes coming up, so I'll be posting
so
those
you have some on the books?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. If someone wanted to bring you into their birthday party, obviously I'm thinking about myself here. Stop saying someone, it's me.
Right.
How far in advance do they need to tell you? Is there like a sweet spot?
Yeah, so
No pun intended.
for birthday parties, if I'm gonna come to you and do like a whole setup, I need at least 4 weeks.
Yep.
But if it's just like a cake order, a week to 2 weeks is an ideal
Really?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you remember in the WOW network, my oldest wanted a strawberry cake.
Uh-huh.
And it was like the most boring. He didn't want his name on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing special.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he Googled strawberry cake, screenshot the Google page,
And then just
send it to me.
right.
And that's what he wanted for his birthday.
Yeah.
That's what I posted in the WOW network. Now my youngest, way bigger dreams.
Right.
Like he wants like Jack Black from Minecraft to pop out of his cake and like
Fire
throw
coming
confetti
up.
and fire and llamas. You know,
Pyrotechnics,
yeah,
all that,
like
yeah.
it's so different.
Right.
So we'll say 2 weeks if
Yeah.
someone wants a cake, if someone wants that. 4-ish or more weeks if they want to bring you in.
Absolutely.
It sounds like you also will cater to businesses.
Yes.
Cater meaning bring the things to a business for like
Right.
a meeting or a party.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it around the same timeline that people would?
Yes.
Okay.
So typically for like I do like GE's women event every year. And so they give me like 4 weeks. So that'd be like the perfect because it's like it's really like a catering event. I cater like a dessert table.
Yeah.
So for something like that, yeah, 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you know Tish Frederick with Bea?
Sounds familiar. I'm
I'm
really
gonna
good with
introduce y'all.
faces,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not with names. Okay.
Tish, the small peanut shell of Tish, teenage girls, self-esteem. She's in the Southern Indiana area.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm gonna hook y'all up because
Yeah.
I think you'd be great with
I
that.
love that. Okay. Yeah.
So family stuff. If people want to work with you, there are ways through the academy or ways through how can they work with you directly or how does that work?
So for that, they can just send me an email, or they could message me on my Faithful Families page on
Faithful
Facebook.
Families. Oh, the alliteration.
So they can message me on there or just send me an email, lakisha.tsh@gmail.
Okay.
So they could just send me an email there and we can
Cool.
chat. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing. I love learning about different family dynamics
Yeah.
and I sometimes think we forget like what's at from the very beginning, the roots, you know, what we were put on this earth as human beings to do. It can be the most simplest approach.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be super fancy, this like world-renowned doctor said to do all these different steps and you're like, I don't know, I'm just doing my best.
Right. Yeah.
So I love that you broke that down in a simple way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Yeah.
If I could do it all over again, there'd be no wish I would, should have been. Spend more time with my family and friends. If I could do it all over again, I'd wake up early and start